Howdy maths legends, and it's time to fly high and look at division with decimal remainders. Hi gents, we're going to have a look at this one, which is 57 divided by 4. Now before I start working out any of the sum, it's always important to do an estimation in your head or on your paper to make sure that your answer is around about the right mark. So I'm going to look at this one and say 57 divided by 4. Well, I know 57 is very close to 60 divided by 4. And I know that 60 divided by 4 is 15. So before I start, I know my answer needs to be probably somewhere around about that 15 mark. So I'm going to start off and do the 5 divided by 4, or how many 4s fit in a 5, which I know is 1, with 1 left over. And I'm going to put that next to the 7 to make 17. Then I'm going to say how many 4s fit in a 17, or 17 divided by 4, which is 4. And I know that that makes 16. So there's 1 left over. So instead of putting remainder 1, I'm going to put in a decimal, both top and bottom. And at the bottom here, I'm going to put in 2 decimal places to take me to the hundredths house. Then I'm going to take that 1 extra and put it next to the 0 and make 10. So it's carrying on the remainder rather than just making an R at the top with 1 next to it. So 10 divided by 4, or how many 4s fit into 10 is 2, with 2 left over. And then how many 4s fit into 20, or 20 divided by 4, which is 5. And we get an exact answer. We'll have a look now and see that our answer is 14.525. And we said that our estimation was 15. And we know they're pretty close, so I think we're on the money there, gents. Let's move to our next one, which is a bit harder, which is the hundredths house now added. Same again, we're going to have a bit of a look and we're going to say, right, we have 184 divided by 5. So we're going to do some rounding here. We can say, right, it is very, very close to 200 divided by 5. Now I know 200 divided by 5 is 40. So my answer has to be a little bit less than 40. So starting off, 5 into 1, or 1 divided by 5. Now I know if I had 1 and I had to make a group of 5, I can't do that. So I'm going to put 0 down. And I've still got the 1 there, so I'm going to put it next to the 8. So we have 18. 5 into 18 goes 3 times with 3 left over. I'm going to put my 3 next to my 4. How many times does 5 fit into 34? Is 6 times with 4 left over. So here is where I put my decimal places in and my 2 zeros, the tenths and the hundredths house. I'm going to take that 4 and put it next to the 0, and I'm going to say how many times does 5 fit into 40, or 40 divided by 5, which is 8. Now because there's none left over now, I don't need to use this one and I can cross it out. So my answer is 36.8. Is that close to 40? Yes, it is. Well done, gents. Once again, I think we're on the money there. Let's move on to another one. This is a little bit harder again. We've got our thousands house now. Now, if I have a look at it now and I say, okay, how many times does 3 fit into 8,435? Let's do our estimation. Now, I know that it's around about 9,000. Divided by 3, and I know that 9,000 divided by 3 is around about 3,000. So there's my estimation. I know that's going to be a little bit less than 3,000. So I'm going to start off. How many 3s fit into 8? 2, with 2 left over. How many 3s fit into 24? 8, with none left over. Now because I've got none left over, I don't have to put anything now in front of the 3. I say 3 into 3, 1 times. Once again, no remainders. And then I go, how many 3s into 5? Well, I know there is 1, with 2 remainders. So I'm going to put my decimals on again. I'm going to take my extra 2 and put it over here. And then I'm going to say, how many 3s fit into 20? And I know there are 6, with 2 left over. How many 3s fit into 20? 6, with 2 left over. Now you can see it's repeating. I can put my little dot above the 6 to say it's repeating, or I can stop there straight away. Now, we're only going to the hundredths house, gents. Because we're only going to the hundredths house, we can stop at that second decimal place. Have a look. Is 2,811.66 recurring? Close to 3,000? Yes, it is. So we must be pretty close. We're on the money there, gents. Well done. Okay, gents, here's a few for you to try now. So stop the video now and have a go at these. Remember to estimate first before working out your answers. And I'll be back in a second to show you the answers to these ones. Here's your answers, gentlemen. You can see the estimations at the top. In the first one, we would have rounded to 60 divided by 4, which is 15. And then you can see the working out down the bottom. In the second one, you can see there that we would have rounded up to 280 divided by 8, which is 35. Some of you may have round up to 300, which is fine. In the third one there, you will see that we've rounded up there as well, and we've divided it by 4. And in the second one there, we've actually looked at it and went 6 times 8 is 48, which is pretty close. And in the last one, we've kind of gone 50 divided by 10, which is 5. So lots of different ways of trying to get your answers. Now, those answers of the estimations may be a little bit different, which is fine, but as long as you can show you're working out and your estimation is close to your answer, then gents, that's okay. The important part is in the boxes down the bottom with the working and to see where you're at. Now, it's important, gents, that if you are still a little bit unsure, please come armed to class with questions and get yourself involved in the masterclass and top-up lessons. Good luck, gents.